Welcome to Toffee TV. Here's the final word. Leicester City 2, Everton 0. Yeah, we've got El with us, McPartland, from the Blue Room and various other places. Yeah, it's all a bit shit, isn't it, at the moment? Let's just start right there.
Not mincing your words.
I'm not going to mince my words. It's an absolute shit show at the moment. Not this one. It's just. I'll be honest, I haven't been this down about Everton for a long time, even under Martinez, because when it was shit under Martinez, it was like there was a different level of shit. It was, we were fine, and we were well. There was a little moment there where I thought we were gonna have to worry about relegation, but just at the moment, I can't see the wood for the trees at the moment, because it just feels like, how are we going to get out of this? And then all the things start rushing into your head. What relegation? And I know you're not as worried as I am in terms of the long term, but it's all those worries start hitting you about what relegation actually means. It's not just going down a division. It's all those things, like, you know, those super stadiums and all those big money deals and all those new players that we've just signed on big fat contracts, and we're trying to sign up on new long-term contracts. It's all that, and that just gets into your head, and it makes it a very dark place. And I might just sit here and cry. Yeah, and it needs to be sorted as well, really fast, Baz.
I'm not saying I'm not worried. I just haven't gone as deep into it as you, because there is still 28 games to play. If we win roughly one in three, we'll be fine. At the moment, the problem is we don't look like we can win one, so that'll be a starting point.
2 in 10.
Yeah. No, I know, but listen, things have already changed, haven't they, from the 2 in 10? Or rather, Koeman's gone now, so we're on to a different manager. I think the biggest thing about that is that gets resolved quickly, whether it's David Unsworth as the full-time manager, or it's a new manager coming in. I think we need to get to that decision very, very quickly, and it just means Watford on Sunday is the biggest game we've had in a long time, because we have to win the game. There's no two ways about it. But it is a bit of a shit show at the moment.
Yeah, I'm more with you, Baz. I'm not worrying that much about relegation. I'm going to say the word relegation because we are in that. We're in the bottom three. We're in it right now, but as you say, there's enough of the season to go, and under Unsworth, I've seen enough signs that, you know, we've got a capable team. At times it has been bad, but, you know, we've got a better shape about us. There seems to be a bit of a plan, and while the results haven't been there, the performance, that it wasn't there at Leicester, was it? But at Chelsea, I was really encouraged by what I saw, and so yeah, I'm not worrying about the R word yet, but it's got to be resolved. It's got to be resolved as quickly as possible.
I think. Yeah, after Wednesday night, I thought second half, I was really sort of buoyed by that, and then I watched this Sunday, and suddenly I just felt like, you know, where are we going? Have we? David Unsworth obviously seen second half we played well, but I thought it felt like he jumped in with, you know, 2 feet yesterday and just went, well, that's what we're going to do again. And I don't think he took into consideration the circumstances. And listen, it's great, and I've mentioned loads of times about attacking football and stuff, but I think sometimes there has to be a little bit of respect paid to the opposition. They were at home under a new manager. They're a fast attacking, counter-attacking side, and I felt a little bit like we played into their hands, and it obviously showed a little bit played into their hands. I think if he just used his head a little bit more, I think the result could have been a little bit different. Going in there with obviously 2 wingers, Davies and Garner, with such a slow back four as well. 3 of the back 4 certainly, and I think he just left it a little bit on a play for them at times. And I personally, at the moment, I think the way to get out of this is to almost to consolidate, ride it out, start picking up results. You know, get draws where, you know, be rock solid or be as near as rock solid as possible. Just grind out results. And I thought he went there yesterday with a little bit too much of this than this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think if he I don't, for how many games left he's got, as if he does that, it's not going to get him anywhere. Because I just think it's great being I'm Everton and I'm an Evertonian and it's all we've got to be a win. But I think sometimes you just got to use your head a little bit in these games. Certainly to start the games anyway. Certainly to ride the, you know, to go into a game. I mean, how many times have we said when you go into these games, just see out the first 20 minutes, quiet the crowd down, and then start playing your football. I mean, you don't have to change your system or your formation at half time. It can be done at any time in a match. You could just say, listen lads, we've got after 25 minutes, you know, there'll be a signal and I'll switch, you know, predetermined change of the shape once we've quieted the place down. And I just think that's what you've got to do a little bit more of, and that's what I think we got wrong yesterday.
I think he's got his own idea of how he wants to play, hasn't he? And maybe he doesn't want to chop and change the way that Koeman did. I think there is two schools of thought, isn't there? You can go with your wingers and put them on the back foot and try to take the game to them. And I think he's looked and thought we've done really well second half against Chelsea. If we can start like that, we'll have these on the back foot. Then there's the other side, which is like you said, go and be more reserved and get everyone behind the ball. These are the counter-attacking side. Don't give them any space to play in and just get through the periods of the game, you know. And he's gone with how he likes to play, which is on the front foot, and sadly we've played into their hands. You know, we've been the architects of our own downfall, really, the way it's worked out. And I think that to me is the frustrating side of it, is the fact that we've contributed massively to both of their goals, which is what we've done all season.
But I think the way you say, the way he's gone for the win, he knows the Everton fan base too well. If anything, he knows that we expect and we demand wins, as he said, and I think he was right to go with the wingers, to be honest. I thought it was the right attitude to take in after seeing Chelsea second half. But the worrying aspect for me was the fact that at half time he's taken both those wingers off and sort of reverted to what was Koeman's downfall, being so central. It was a worry for me. That I agree that if we'd have been compact in the first half and then attacked, then that would have been better. But to go gung-ho first half and then go compact when we're trailing 2-0, if you're going to go for that, you've got to stick with it. And I think he could have changed personnel maybe, but I think the shape, I really liked the shape of the team. I think we looked more, maybe not in terms of winning football matches, but in terms of being a threat. I think we offered a little more with the wingers on the pitch.
I think that's fine. I think he mentioned it himself after the game when he said at half time I had to change things around, but he said he was very disappointed because to be fair, whether you start with the team that started the second half or you start with the team that started the first half, what you need is intensity. You need a tempo, and that's simply what they didn't do. And to be fair to Koeman and to be fair to Unsworth, that's not something you can create because you're not on the pitch. You can't beat that drum you can, I suppose, if you're shouting and you're encouraging, but that only gets you so far. The team have to set that tempo. Those players yesterday should have been out the blocks like lunatics and should have been, no matter whether it was a pressing game, whether it was a counter-attacking team or even it was an attacking team, those players have to be at it straight from the start, and we weren't. We were sluggish, we were lethargic. And this is where my worry comes from. I don't know if enough of them have got the heart for the fight. There's a lot of new players in there over the last 2 years, and I don't know whether enough of them know what it means to be an Everton player and how much it will hurt. Because ultimately, this is the sad thing: if teams get in trouble, the best players don't face the consequences, do they? They go elsewhere. They go elsewhere and keep their career rolling on. It doesn't really touch them, but it only touches you if the club means something to you, and that's where I worry. And there's not enough of them that actually really hurt them.
I think the effort's been there even during the start of the season when we were really struggling. I think the effort is there, but I agree with you, Ped, that the fight might not be. So I think the effort, and there's a desire to get better, But the bottom line is we're just not very good at football at the moment, are we? We're just, you know, we're creating more chances under Unsworth, and that's why I'm encouraged that we're creating more chances than we did under Koeman. There's a bit of progression, but there's not enough. And I think when you've had two managers, and I think Unsworth's done very well to have only one training session before that Chelsea game and send that message to the players to get a tune out of them, especially the second half. I think that's good, but you then just look at the performance and certain aspects of the game of how we lost, and it comes down to the players that little bit more now that we've changed manager, that you think, you know, why are certain things happening on the pitch that the manager can't control?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that worries me is the starting, the way we start the games. I mean, okay, Wednesday, his first game, you could understand. He might have said, for all we know, first 20, just keep it tight, you know, sit in, don't give anything cheap. And we were a bit sluggish the first half, although we had a good shape about us at Chelsea. We gave a stupid goal away, but we came out and went for it second half and had them everywhere, and I was really encouraged. Fully expected us to begin the Sunday like that. And I remember talking in the past about last season when Chelsea beat us 5-0, waiting for the reaction at home to Swansea, and it didn't come. And I've looked at it a couple of times this season and thought there'll be a reaction. Tottenham at home. Yeah. We went to Atlanta, thought there'll be a reaction here. It was even worse. So you'd have to look at the players and go, these haven't got desire. You know, and I don't know where that comes from. I don't know whether it comes from the coaches going, or the manager going, this is how we play, this is how it is, you have to do this. Whether they should be doing. At the end of the day, no matter what manager you have, you're only as good as the set of players you've got. Yeah. Well, I think we've got good footballers at Everton. Whether we've got athletes or whether we've got people who are going to get in your face and work hard and press the ball, I don't know. The best one was injured again. That dude now is McCarthy, plays a game, he's out again, which is obviously didn't help him at all. But I just feel as though we played with two wingers, but we still didn't really, you know. Aaron Lennon, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, had a couple of bright spots. Morales, for me, didn't touch the ball till about 44 minutes. You know, and it's that. There's still pockets in that pitch that, and I honestly don't believe it's the formation. I believe it's how slow we are building up. Yeah, and I believe it's like that's been the problem since we kicked off against Stoke the first day of the season. We are so slow building up, and it's not because every play is running in sand. You know, quicksand. It's the fact we move the ball so slowly.
I think it's the lack of coaching is a main factor in it. I don't think. I look at the season. When we started the season, it was all geared up to getting us into the Europa League. I don't think there was any thought put into the actual the makeup of the team and how it was gonna work. I think everything was just geared to getting the players fit, getting them on the pitch, getting us through those two qualifiers, and then before you know it, the season started. And I think, and then since then, it's been weekend, midweek, literally every single week, hasn't it? Every single week.
I don't think any thought was given to the makeup of the team.
Well, no,
in the recruitment process.
Yeah, well, I think that's a bigger thing. But I think just for the sake of coaching, I just don't think there's been any work done. And I think when work gets done, you see the downfall as well. When work's getting done on the training pitch, you go, hang on, this is not working, that's not working, he's not working. We need to go and buy a new left back, centre back, right back, whatever. You go, this doesn't work together. And I think that's been half the problem. There's no coaching. It's very clear there's been no coaching being done, none at all. Because the players just I think you've just mentioned there, players passing it slow. It's because there's no instinctive movements, is there? There's no off the ball, there's no I know where he's going to be, like the back of my hand, you know what I mean? There's no Pienaar and Baines, is there anymore, you know what I mean?
That's the thing that's really hurt us, I think. There's no relationships on the pitch, and something you've said, Ped, a lot is, with the constant change of the team under Koeman, Michael Keane, for example, always had a different right-back partner and a different centre-back partner, and when you've got so many new players, you need to build these relationships quickly. And at the moment, I'm not saying that Everton are a team of individuals as such, but there's no links on the pitch at all, and there's no cohesion, there's no plan. And as you say, when players get the ball, there's no movement in front, and you know you can be critical of certain players for lacking form. For example, Schneiderlin. Now last season he was a revelation, but he had an outlet all the time. He had Lukaku, he had Barkley, but now we were that narrow under Koeman. There wasn't that outlet, and I think that's why I think the wingers were so important going forward. And I know that Lennon and Morelos have been out the team and stuff, but I think because they're the only natural, that they give us natural width, and your Lookmans and Vlasic, they need to be involved.
I think that goes back to why he's picking the teams he's picking.
Yeah,
though.
definitely.
It's an air of familiarity.
Yeah.
It's an air of players knowing each other, whether it's right or it's wrong. It's an air of familiarity. It's knowing that most of the players on the pitch know each other from last season or even before, and that the manager knows them. Now it mightn't be. Hopefully, it won't be the right thing going forward, and the team will evolve and get better, and some of those players will come back in because they need to, because there's a lot of talent out there that's not being used. But I think it is about familiarity, and it's about, as I say, it's about the manager knowing those players and knowing how to use them and saying and be, because you know if you're a new manager or you've come up like under effort, the last thing you want, you can't be going, well, he'll do this for you if you don't know what actually he can do. If he hasn't been with them every day, okay, you might have watched them, but there's a lot of things. Let's be honest. You look at someone like Davy Klaassen. There's a lot of you're not going to learn much about actually watching them, are you? But you might learn a lot by watching them in training. You might watch them in training and go, what the hell, he's doing that, and no one's got onto that. We need to build that relationship. You're not going to see that on the pitch because he's not doing it, because the relationship isn't there. So you want to create that relationship, and I think that's why gone back to the familiarity. But it's definitely for me, that's why he's done it, and I can understand why he's brought Lennon and Morales back, and he probably also knows he'll get a tune out of them work wise. Maybe not Morales, but certainly Lennon. But you know, the goal is just horrendous. It's a horrendous goal to concede. They'll look at it, Leicester, or a neutral will look at it and go, that's a brilliant goal. That's a brilliant defence into attack. But if you're the manager, you walk in today, Monday, and you just go, here's the video, lads. Boom, 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 boom. The free kick is absolutely shambolic. Baines' deliveries all day were absolutely crap. Awful.
Always overhit a free kick. Going under it, you under it and you push people up, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You want to be getting the height on it to clear people. You know.
But then at least if it's overhit, if it hits anyone, it could go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, Davies, put him in Rose Head, lad. Yeah. Put him in Rose Head. 5 minutes later, you put someone on the deck and took a yellow card for nothing. Yeah. Put him in the stand. Garner, you're a seasoned international. You are there. Jockey the lad. You let him run, and you take him down the channel, and you just keep pacing him, and you just force him out and force him out and force him out to the point where. But once you commit, once you hit the floor, you're out the game. And then the lad's got a free run. Baines is up the pitch because he took the free kick, and the lad puts a ball in, and Alan Lennon falls asleep and lets. And what makes it worse is at one point Alan Lennon's goal side, but he's so concerned about what is on his shoulder, which is the worst thing you can do. And you know, as professional footballer, you worry about your man. You don't worry about who's behind. You worry about your man. You tell someone else to do that, and you worry about your man. He lets him get in front, and it's an easy goal. It looks great. I say, it looked great for them.
That's why it was so frustrating though, because I think this Everton team pick up so many needless bookings, and the one time you want them to take a booking because Leicester are on the break, and then Rooney has a chance to like take him out, and he doesn't get there, and he's able to just put the ball straight across. And because we've been up the pitch, the defence is all over the place, and it's an easy tap in. But
they've got 5 men in our box though.
Yeah, for 5 exactly. And that it shows you about pace, doesn't it? About being quick when you get the ball. There's movements, there's options, and for us, as you say, it's just so slow. And then they've been able to counter us, and there's been 3 opportunities for players to pick up these yellows that they so needlessly pick up elsewhere.
Yeah.
And it's led to a goal, and the confidence is so brittle at the moment. When you go a goal down, you see the players heads go down, and it's
they don't think they can score goals. That's ultimately the problem.
Yeah, if you've got goals in your team, you go behind and you just think, well
we go again, sort of thing.
You'll get back.
If you've got no outlet like we had last season, then it's.
Well, to be fair, we should have got level in the game. You know, Wayne Rooney plays an unbelievable pass.
Yeah.
You know, Aaron Lennon makes it one of the few great runs of the day, or of his career. No, he makes a brilliant run inside the full-back, who doesn't give a fuck, there as he comes down the back. And Lennon, a little shot, just clip it over the keeper, 1-1, we're back in the game, and he decides to just pass the fucking buck and throws it across when no one was there. A little look would show you, that's all it takes, that little look.
Yeah.
And Calvert-Lewin's flat-footed and then does some kind of jump for no reason.
Couldn't see over his mask.
Maybe that's all it is. Zorro does some weird run into the box, which I don't know what he was thinking of. And the best chance we've had has gone, and it was really poor.
In Lennon's defence there,
no defence.
He's probably made that run loads of times. Probably makes it every day in training.
Does he?
It probably does.
Does he play that cheaper pass
and
every
that
time?
pass, there's someone just sweeping it into the back of the net, not like you do when you're playing it on FIFA or whatever, just a little shady one. And someone
but the fact that, whatever you think about him as a player in terms of how good he is, the very fact that he's making a difference because he's got a bit of pace just shows that the summer recruitment we were lacking in certain areas. That it just takes one player with a certain skill set to make, you know, because I think under Unsworth we've had more chances than under
Listen, the run's great.
Yeah.
The run's great, the pass is incredible. Pass is just fantastic. Don't shit out.
Yeah.
We're 1-0 down. Take the fucking responsibility. You're a 30-year-old footballer been playing in the Premier League for 14 years. Take the responsibility. Take the glory. Take the fucking glory. Honest to God, at any level, any of us have played.
That confidence.
You just, mate. I can assure you, when I was playing, I could have had 3 players who were next to me, and he wouldn't have been fucking past there because you want to get that. You made that run. Have the shot. If he shoots, keeper saves it. Everyone goes, great little move. He's unlucky there. He said no one would have gone. Should have squared that. If you break the lines and you can see your players like that. But it was instant, because there was no room.
Yeah, we had one man up front. They had, I think, all the defence.
All of them back. And as
there,
he put it across, Calvert-Lewin was nowhere near it. I just think he made such a great run. The penalty area, coaches divided up into blocks now of where to shoot, where not to. He was in, I'll call it the red zone, but he was in the area where you shoot. Yep. You're not looking to pass unless you know you've got men square. If you both break the line and you can see him, by all means, roll it across 1-1. Fucking shoot. Take the responsibility.
What annoyed me more than that was, you know, he gets in again in there, and he should have had a penalty. I mean, it was a dead set penalty at 2-0. I was more annoyed that we didn't continue to use that outlet. Do you know what I mean? That he's got.
Should we skate over the second goal?
No, we're going to come back to it, but you know, we're not. No point jumping.
Yeah.
We didn't use it enough as an outlet, and then we take him off. I mean,
that's what disappointed me, that it was giving us.
He had Fuchs on toast,
and anyone who's ever had
that, anyone who's ever had Fuchs on toast.
Difficult.
He's got him there. He's got him inside. He's got him outside. He's got him worried. He's brought him down. Once he's brought him down, the manager and everyone's having a go. The ref's probably thinking, if he comes out for the second half and the ref sees it, he's probably, anytime Lennon goes near that fella, he's gonna win something. So it made the decision slightly strange that he took him off, because I just thought that was one of our big outlets. Yeah. Certainly, you know, once we're 2-0 down. But I mean, the second goal is, it's what happens to you when you're in the shit. It is what happens to you, because for me, defensively, I think we're set up quite well in terms of everyone's got a man. Basically, everyone's got a man outside. Davies, and I know they've let the cross come in, but everyone's got a man. Davies is doubling up. John Joe Kenny's doubling up with Williams.
I think it's too far over.
And he just takes a swipe at it, where when everything's going well for you, that ball comes across, you just take it on your instep and walk away with it, or you know, you turn.
Wasn't a great ball, was it?
No, or you turn your body so that even if it does come off you, it's gonna go that way, because you're just putting it back from where it come from. But he's just he's basically just done a swipe, and he's done the old golf swing, and it's in the back of the net, and that's what happens when you're in the shit, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was me personally thought he was too deep. He was too far over in our area, because you don't screen the centre forward in that position. Not that tight. But like you say, he swiped it. And I'd literally said about 30 seconds before, because we were down the other end and we threw a cross in. I think Rooney put the cross in, it was flat, and Wes Morgan just fucking cleared it like perfectly, and I was like, as if they didn't just slice that. Fucking hell. 30 seconds later, we do. And it's in the back of the net, and unfortunately at the moment we're playing poorly, but we're also getting punished for everything.
Yeah.
Every little Rudiger, whatever his friggin' name is, the other night closed his eyes when he headed the ball.
Yeah.
Said it was a fluke, it dropped in. Everything. He hit the post against Leon at 1-1. Michael Keane hits his legs and goes. You know, everything that can go wrong for us at the minute is going wrong for it. We're playing into it. But, I mean, John Joe Kenny's had a wild swipe at it. And
it was the timing of the goal as well, wasn't it? To be 2 down within inside half an hour. But then it just shows that the referee's making poor decisions. That penalty, if we get it, Rooney steps up, likely scores it. It's 2-1 going into the break, and then Unsworth makes maybe different changes. He may wait. It changes the whole complexion of the game. And we're not saying that Everton deserved anything out the game, but those big decisions, like you say, when things are going against you, they really do pile up, don't they? They really do go against you. Kenny swiped the penalty decision. Just,
I think if we could have got that penalty decision 2-1, I think we go in and we're listen, we can get at these. And I think they become nervous then, obviously, because they've been 2-0 up and thinking, we're in control here. And I think it gives the players that little bit of belief. Yeah. But it's such a fucking terrible decision. There's no way on earth he can think Fuchs, fucking whatever you call, got anywhere near that ball. Like, he can't done, because he come in from behind. Just scissor tackle from behind. It was a.
Even if they gets the ball, they're giving them as penalties now.
I think as well in the first half, I think the forwards in the midfield pressed really well, but because of our aging backline now, I feel the defence was too deep, and there was just a gaping chasm for Leicester to exploit. And while it's probably good to play a little deper against Vardy, the space was just
the space
far
is in
too
there for
vast.
Well, once you've gone behind, it doesn't matter then.
No.
I think we were fine. That was the problem. I think they were like pissing around, like Gray had a shot that went wide and that other, and Diddy or fucking Ken Dodd or whatever he's called in midfield had a shot. Other than that, they done nothing. And we had the ball and we were popping it off, we weren't really doing anything. And then you give them a goal, and once you give them a goal start, the boy then, aren't they? And we've done what we've done, 2 goals conceded in 10 minutes. So, I mean, that's an improvement, it's normally 5, isn't it? So,
well, 5 goals in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And we go in 2-0 down. Morales had a couple of shots right on our side, forgot he was playing. And but I think Unsworth's changed it. But I know it's set some alarm bells ringing for you, but I think he's probably gone in and gone, we haven't really done anything, but 2-0 down. I need to get them on the back foot a little bit. He's gone, put a striker on, so 2 centre forwards up front, which I think is a positive move.
Yeah.
Drop Rooney into the hole again, which I think that's probably his best position.
Yeah. For me, it was just the fact that he knows what Everton are about, and he's seen it, and he knows what the problems have been this season. And it has been a big criticism that we've lacked width, and then to go so central, I understand why he's done it. And maybe it's not the worst decision in the world, but I think when you're chasing the game, you need that attacking outlet, and he's just gone.
I think
maybe he should have just left Lennon on and just changed Morales for a bit.
Lookman on.
I think he wanted, he said himself, he wanted another striker up there.
But that's what we've said before. I would personally have Morales more central. I think he's a threat down the middle. I think
the thing is, Nias is our best striker.
Yeah, I think in terms of
our biggest goal threat, he is.
I think Nias always, when we're needing a goal, I think he has to come on, because I know he's not the best player. I think because he doesn't know what he's going to do with the ball, the defenders.
Yeah, he sets things up, doesn't he? He just creates
pandemonium.
He creates panic, doesn't he? I mean, we controlled the ball second half. I mean, doesn't mean we did anything. I don't think Leicester were too worried. They'd had the 2-0 lead. They just wanted to sit back and defend.
Beningame come on, done well.
Beningame come on. I thought he played well, sitting in front of the back 4. He broke a lot up. He was there just as physical presence is enough.
To tackle a kid, don't he?
Committed, then he
likes to tackle.
I think he was a lot. Listen, we've only seen him for a game and a half, but what you seem to seen so far of him is he always puts himself in the right place. So he's not chasing around. I think it's one of those things. I think Unsworth mentioned it. It's one of those things. It's like some of those kind of players. They just know where to be. They can read the game really well and know where to be. So they're not chasing around in the first place, trying to get themselves into position. But he did all right. And if he becomes a player, that almost frees up another player then. So you're not chasing around. We controlled the ball. We just couldn't make chances. Set pieces were all terrible. I mean, really, really bad. I mean, I don't know. Again, I know this is probably one of the most trodden out phrases in Goodison Park history. But what did he do in training? That are they always looking for the perfect ball?
Only we had a set piece specialist.
Only we paid a lot of money for one from Wales. No. We didn't create chance. Nias had a decent chance, but his control, well, I say control.
Great ball.
Hit him on the shin and bounced off. And we huffed and puffed, but Leicester had us. Let's be honest, Leicester had us where they wanted, and they broke when they wanted. And that's that. I'll go back to what I said originally. It's that lack of intensity. It's that lack of passion, desire, fight, whatever you want to call it. Just tempo. Just doing what they did to us. And the thing about it is, that doesn't always require pace to do that. I mean, it helps if you've got pace, but just shifting the ball quicker, just being bang, bang, bang,
it's the
bang,
movement, isn't it?
Just
the
bang,
movement.
bang, bang,
I mean,
bang.
you see an Everton team when we get a throw in, even then, the player walks over to the ball and gets it and then looks, and there's not one player moving, there's no one coming towards him, there's no one making a run.
Look at the Lyon game, look when the kick-off happened. For those 15 minutes, it was Chelsea last Wednesday night, same then. Get the ball, go forward, win the ball back, get it, go forward.
There was a purpose, wasn't there?
Exactly, there's an intensity because they understand. When the game slows down, that tells me that players have run out of ideas. If the game's slow, because they're slowing it down so they can look round and take time and find the pass. That also comes down to confidence. When it's instinctive, I mean, it's like a well-oiled machine, isn't it? When you've been playing together and you know your game's inside out, it will be bang, bang, pop it off, confidence is flowing. But at the moment, you can still have an intensity, because you can have an intensity off the ball. That sets the tone. If you're not doing it on the ball, then please do it off the ball to stop the opposition. But we've got neither, and that's worrying. And that what that says to me is that we need to bring a manager in that has to if it's not instinctive, then he has to coach that into them. He has to teach them, like, you know, if that's not in you, I've got to teach you how to get that in you. I've got to make this game so simple for you that it becomes instinctive, because it's easy. It's like when we'll just go long, and it pays off for some teams because it's so easy. Make the game as simple as possible. Good coaches will do that. And I think that's what we're in dire need. But that also comes with time. That comes with time to coach. That's something I don't think we've had this season. But then you've got to create the time as well. You know, if we'd set out in the summer and said, right, fitness will come by playing, but playing well is the most important thing. Surely we could have beaten Rosenberg and Split by playing well and not having to worry that much about the fitness. We would have got fit by playing well, surely, but
you can be doing all this stuff on a training ground, walking through it. Derek Manfield said you don't have to go and exert yourself. You can
certainly walking through it
on your recuperating day. You can just walk through the scenarios, positions, where we need to be, where you should be, what you should do. Watch the video again. It's all training. All of it is training. Okay, just because you're not out sprinting around intensity wise, fair enough. It's all training, and it's just not happening, and it needs to happen very quickly.
I think it was in Osman's book where he said David Moyes, when there was a poor goal we conceded, he said he'd have them on the training pitch for 2-3 hours, going over the same drill, as you say, walking pace, and you know, they said that mistake wouldn't happen again because they did not want to go through that. And I think that maybe, you know, I'm only guessing, I don't know what's gone on at Finch Farm and Koeman, but I get the sense that hasn't happened. I don't imagine that there's been proper drills where it's been, you know, drilled into the head.
There's no
this
shape.
Is what happens.
There's no team. There's no shape. When you watch Everton, nothing. It doesn't seem to be the same. No. The plan, you know. So it's quite obvious that hasn't happened, and whether that hasn't happened because he hasn't coached them or because he keeps changing the team.
Yeah. The priority for me now has got to be making a decision of who's going to be the manager of Everton Football Club, and then that has to be set out. The time has to be set out. Right, we're fucking this off. We're fucking that off. Don't worry about the Europa League. Whatever. Get down to basics. Let's work on shape. Let's work on basics, just to get us through. Because there's good players in there. It's not like they're not good players. They just haven't got a clue what's going on. They just
look lost.
They look absolutely lost. They need guiding. It's the equivalent of. It just seems like the equivalent of lads turning up for Sunday footy and just being like, "Go ahead, lads, play," and it's all just like, "Okay, you're just playing footy," and you get away with it in Sunday League because the opposition are doing the same thing. But you don't, Premier League where everyone is videos and drills and teams are being together, even poor sides. You know, as long as if they all know the job, if everyone knows the job, we've seen that when we played Burnley. If everyone knows the job, it doesn't really matter. You'll get a tune out of them if they all know the job because it makes it simpler for them. And that's where we're very much going wrong at the moment. So we've got to get that sorted, get a manager on board, but it has to be the right one as well because, you know, you can start on a path, and if it's not the right path and you get down it so far, and that's where we are at the moment, isn't it? We've gone down the wrong path and we're so far down it. It's how you get back from that.
How do you know it's the right one?
That's their job, isn't it? That's the problem. We honestly we could sit here and come up with 3 different managers and give all the same reasons, but positive reasons for why that manager, but we won't know. We won't know, will we? Sometimes you have to.
If Unsworth's going to be the manager, then just name him and get it done. Don't ask about. If he's not the right man, then I'm hoping that those conversations are already taking place, and it's not going to be, oh, we'll look at this again next week. You know, the weeks are slipping by. And that's what's happening.
And the games are slipping.
The games are going,
and that's the most important thing. The games are, once those, you know, I know you're still positive, and we're still, you know, you put a little run together, no problem. You can be up there, and everyone goes, well, what was the problem?
Yeah.
But if you don't, and the other teams around you start getting those little runs and start winning, that's when suddenly it does become a relegation battle, and that's the big worry.
Don't get me wrong, at the moment we're fully in a relegation battle, no question about it. There's no question about it, but we've got a lot of time to do something about it. But by that I mean we've got a time to start climbing our table, getting wins and building confidence, so you go into the next game going, won last week, playing well, we'll just do it again, we'll win this week as well. And then all of a sudden you're on that roll, players start doing things a bit quicker, start taking shots when they're on, put a tackle in, you go covering naturally, he's missed a tackle, I'll hit him. All of that starts falling, and at the moment it's almost like every one of them's like, the ball, I've got to control it, right, where do I pass it to now, who's going to run. You know how many times, I love Wayne Rooney, he's our best, for me still our best player, but he was terrible in this game, apart from those 2 worldly passes. Twice or 3 times he got caught looking like that, someone just nicked the ball off him as if he was heavy leg. Now is that him worrying about a pass, or is that no movement so he's delaying? All of those things have got to be taken out the game, all of them. Other people help you out, talk to him. If he's stood there and you can see, fucking tell him someone's coming.
But I think, in defence of Rooney, I agree that there's been some games where he has been poor, but I think it's because of what's around him. I think you look at him, there's no way he can't be left out, really, can he? You know, he's got to be on the bench in the least, because the moments of magic, like that pass you say for Lennon, who else on the pitch can do that? And he does it regularly, but it's when you look, there's, you know, if we're struggling, he's sometimes playing sweeper behind Jagielka, and it's because he's so desperate to get on the ball and make things happen. But really, you know, his teammates should be helping him out to get that ball up to him, so that he doesn't feel like he needs to revert. So we need a bit more discipline from him. But he's doing it from the right place. He's doing it for the right reasons, that he wants to
get going again.
Yeah, there's got to be played in the right areas and told what where he should be, because the amount of times he gives loose passes in the middle of the park, it's unacceptable. Really,
I think you need to be saying to him, and he might have said this to him and he just might naturally go into those areas, but you just want to be stressing to him that you're the danger man for us in and around the penalty area. We want you on the ball in the box, because we know that invariably it'll end up as a goal for us, or a shot. We don't need you in our half taking the ball off Jagielka and looking up. It's no good, because we haven't. If we've got two strikers up there, all right, if you want to drop back and be the quarterback, but at the moment we have Calvert-Lewin, for all this running and huffing and puffing, doesn't ever look like he's going to get you the goal. Nias only a sub. When he comes on, he looks like he'll get you the goal, but that's it. You haven't got anyone else.
There you have it. This has been the final word. Take 2.
2.0.
2.0 and a word for today.
I still think the first one was well.
First one was
we
great.
had an argument in the first
we had a boss little Barney over Anna Lennon.
Well, 4 hours later we couldn't be actually.
He just loves him too much.
I actually like him. He's still a shitbag for not cheating.
There you go. That's it.
Should have shot.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, if you haven't already sub, please do. We are over 20,000, but we want 25. We're not sitting around. Not sitting around on our laurels. I don't even know what a laurel is. We're not sitting on one.
These are laurels.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
They were called laurels.
Okay. Just imagine if he was sitting on a laurel. Just imagine it would get in places he didn't want it to be. Anyway, click the bell for alerts. And if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. Big thanks to El for coming in once again. He's only been here for 17 hours.
Yeah, sure.
That arse groove is going to be immense. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.